Base hospital and standing orders. Something that I wanted to share with you guys that was very interesting was when it comes to Versed for seizures, their paramedics are allowed to give 35 milligrams as a standing order before having to contact the online medical control, which is pretty wild. So they have an algorithm. If the patient has difficult vascular access, they'll go ahead and start with a 10 milligram IM dose because it's slower to absorb. If they're still seizing in 3 to 5 minutes, they'll give another 10 milligrams IM at a different site. If they're still seizing in 3 to 5 minutes after those two dosages, then the patient is assumed to be in status epilepticus. And so then they'll go ahead and the paramedics will establish a line via IV or IO. They will give the patient another 5 milligrams of Versed. If they're still seizing in 3 to 5 minutes, then they'll go ahead and give one more dose of 10 milligrams via IV or IO. So at that point, you're reaching 35 milligrams. And anything farther than that, that's when they'll go ahead and contact online medical control. They can also contact them for an IV pump infusion of midazolam at 0.1 mg per kg per hour. So that's also interesting. They can give an IV pump and up to 35 milligrams. They've been asked a lot about airway compromise or depression with that much Versed, and the answer that Jan gave us was pretty much that the paramedics or EMTs are controlling the airway via BVM or intubation, and they're more concerned about preserving the neural function of that patient as opposed to airway compromise. So again, a lot more Versed that can be given as a standing order as opposed to our 2.5 to 5, and can repeat that once for tonic-clonic seizures. So very big dosage differences, but something very interesting to note.